When we talking about bass, I'm talking about chips, talking about rings, you ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in, 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 tune in. This week in car audio. Yeah. Tune in, this week in car audio.
Welcome to This Week in Cardio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton, co-hosted by Mr. Jeffrey Fernandez, West Coast Sensation. What's up, Jeffrey?
West Coast delight. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
How's it going?
No, just hanging out. Yeah, it was kind of a warm day today here in SoCal. It being October and almost November, but
Yeah.
we manage.
Um, yeah, you gonna take the grandchild out for what's it called? For um,
Trick or
trick or
treating?
treating? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, there's a local church out here well, it's not obviously like a Halloween. It's more of a harvest festival, they call it. And they
Yep.
have like live music, they have like little stands where the kids can get candy and tons of food trucks. So I'm hoping it'd be really nice. But I haven't been since I came back. So that's probably like five years. So hoping it's still there and lively.
Well, it looked like you had a show posted. Is that you?
That is correct. Yeah, it's been well, it's kind of been on the books for a while, but I just got it on the calendar. But
Okay.
it's the Bloomington show or Boomington.
Boomington, as they
It's
say. Yeah.
base giving. Yes, base giving at Boomington. So just got it on the calendar. It's going to be Saturday, November 15th at about noon. Um, yeah, come check it out. It's on the calendar again, and you can see all the details. It's going to be dual org. Our friend Richard is going to be there hosting Base
Papa
Wars.
San.
So yeah,
Very
yep.
cool. Yeah. So I what's his name? Joel will be doing a event in Reno this weekend.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
So
I think he's got a series of shows.
yeah. Excuse me. So I may even just stop by there since I'll be in town doing absolutely nothing. There we go. I saved it to everybody. My on my thing. Um,
No.
all right. Just so everybody knows here, we are world champion for DB drag racing. How's it going, Brandon? Just
Pretty good, pretty
so
good.
everybody. So is this your first championship or how's that?
First in DB drag. First in
Okay.
DB drag. I've competed in other orgs. I think I've won 8 world titles or world championships with Mecca, and then
Okay.
there's FCBC, which is fairly local to me. I've won 2 years in that, and then this was also my first year competing in IASCA, and I won trunk pickup 2 in that. So
Okay. So tell us about your install just to get started here.
it's an '89 Civic DX trunk car.
Okay.
Pretty basic, every other trunk build. 215s, subs forward. It's got a 12-inch aero port forward. I use a tar amp base 15K, and I have a C-Max 90 amp hour um, to back it all up. So
Okay. Are you part of a team or anything like that?
kind of just, I have pretty much 2 teammates that I talk to pretty regularly.
Okay. What team?
From that we
Jeffrey?
so
Oh, he mentioned a 12-inch Aeroport.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. 12-inch arrow.
Oh, dang, that thing's got to be
I,
huge
I'm
then. I
guessing
mean,
it's not an
I've
aeroport.
seen probably a few.
It's probably a big ass port, right?
Yes.
So actually, Chris Crane with House of Power, I had him CNC me the port. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, if I could have found a BAP, that would probably make testing a little easier, being able to switch, links a lot faster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, the one they cut me is, I mean, it takes a little longer, but hey, I mean, it gets the job done and it tells you the information you need, I believe. So,
Okay.
Well, why stop at 12? I mean, can you go like 14,
I mean,
16?
you could. I mean, 12 is basically as wide as you can go,
Hmm.
just, to stay circle, because like my box is only like 46 inches wide. So by the time you put two 15s on it, I mean, and the
Uh,
time you do roundovers and everything like that, I mean, it's quite large. I am thinking of possibly trying like a slot port to get more arrows or more
hmm.
port area. That's probably something I may try this year. I was kind of just, hey, most trunk cars run this.
Yeah.
Let's start there and go with it from there. So
What car? You said it was a Honda, right?
yeah,
What?
Honda Civic's at 89.
Hey,
Um,
Jeffrey, we've never seen a Honda Civic trunk vehicle, huh? Or no wall
probably
vehicle,
not.
or no? That's a pretty popular um, vehicle in the California
Trunk
side.
vehicle, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I'm not 100% sure what the thing is, if it's the shape of the top of it or something, but it ends up. What was your very first championship?
It would have been Mecca in 2016. I believe that year I won what wasn't to the clamp. So
Oh, what
I
was the
had
wattage cutoff?
4K. It was
Oh,
4,000. But then
okay.
in Mecca, you subtract your cone area. So that year I ran 218s, which is 509, I think. So then I basically had 3496 in wattage. And I think that year, I want to say I did like a
That's more.
56.9.
And is
Yeah.
Mecca legal on the dash like DB Drag does, or is it in a different location?
They meter on the headrest or
Oh,
at
the
the headrest is
headrests.
what they say.
Okay.
Right.
Which I think it's like 26 inches. Like they have a jig, kind of like you all, but it's a stand that sits in a
Yeah.
seat.
Uh,
So yeah, then I think it's 20.
Did they have a frequency cutoff, or was it 80 pretty
Uh,
much? Or
yeah, I think it's 80 or 100. I've never had to play that
wow.
high. I used a full size Silverado, 2002 Silverado with that.
Mhm.
So it leaked,
Oh
but
yeah.
yeah.
I'm
it's also
guessing the
sealed
Honda's
versus
around
doors open, whatever.
53, right? Oh, that was
Yeah,
41
53
with
is
it
what
open,
I
right?
played at finals. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Because
Dang, that big
seal.
of a difference with it open, huh?
Well, no, no, no. That's
Yeah, and
in
that's
the different vehicle,
yeah,
Jeff. That
Oh,
was
okay.
with a Suburban
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, that's a yeah, full size Silverado extended cab
Yeah.
um
Oh,
is what I used in Mecca.
Mm.
So,
okay. Yeah, and then venting it, you allowed to change the box size and the space. Hold on a second.
yeah. Yeah, that box was massive. I think that box was 218s, but I think I want to say that box was probably like 16 to 20ish cubes,
Mhm.
and I had two 8-inch arrows.
What inspired you to
Um,
go to trunk class from?
I mean, I've always wanted to do trunk class, um, just because I like talking trash, and I see the trunk
What?
guys. The trunk guys, a lot of them are my friends, so I've always like Mike Jones. He's always been a friend, so I've always been like, you let me. Chris finally sold me one after me badgering him for about 2 years of sell me a car every show that I would see him at, just to help Kenneth, um, because I never felt like I really had a car that was geared well. Sealed classes from what I've seen, so that was another reason I was like, well, if I want to do drag, um, I don't see. I mean, and I want to do trunk. That's a pretty good starting point. And there's so many knowledgeable people on them that I'm friends with that could help get me further faster. And that
Hmm.
was really one reason that I was kind of like, I should probably just start with the Civic. So
So you went to the Alabama location once. So I've never attended anything but DB Drag World Finals, right? And you
right.
know, we are definitely DB Drag centric. Appreciation for other orgs, World Finals or more, but was there something different about DB Drag or something you liked more about DB Drag versus the other?
Because a lot of times it's been here in Louisville, so I literally drive say 10 minutes to the show. I get to sleep in my bed every night. Don't have to spend money on hotels, things like that. But I mean, venue wise, they're pretty similar. I know last year when you all had finals in Russellville, I believe Mecca's finals was at the same location a couple weeks later. So that wasn't too far. I would say this finals is probably the farthest show I've actually ever attended. Um, I don't, which is fine. Owensboro is normally like 2.5 hours from me, so I was hoping it was in Owensboro, but hey, I guess maybe for spectators, it's more of a show, with the
Mhm.
tower, the lights, and just the way that's set up, as opposed to just being like a monitor for the competitor to watch, and you do your run, and hey, good job. So I mean that's cool. The elimination brackets was obviously far different for me,
Mhm.
because in Mecca, Saturday you go up, the loudest three guys move on to Sunday, and then you run in the order of, just Sunday you one run and done. Whereas in drag, it's me this year. But that was cool. I mean,
Talk about showmanship.
Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Sorry,
No, go ahead.
there. Oh, it sounded like there's a little bit of a lag, but it's like at the Nashville Convention Center. It had like a bikini contest. It had like so many like vendors or manufactured tents and stuff like that booths. Wow, that would like literally blow you away. But I'd say I'm not sure if we're ever gonna get back to those days, but it's just kind of slowly getting there. But that's light tree and stuff like that because that's what Wayne he always wants to put a big production. That's why he came up with DBTV. He's got multiple cameras, at the venue, even at the satellite venues, got them all linked because he wants to, make it that much better for spectators as well as competitors.
yeah, and that's like, I mean, all I have to hear about is how, I guess, big audio shows and stuff used to be, in the early 2000s. I didn't start till 2011 was my first year competing. And I did go in 2010 was the first show I went to. There's a local show up here called, well, it used to happen, called Carl Casper Custom Auto Show. And they had a wing or a hall for the audio. And me and a buddy from high school went, and I was like, this is awesome. I want to do this next year. So like in 2010, the only vehicle that I really remember that like stood out to me was Trio. And like I don't even see them around anymore. I don't even know if they're a business anymore. But Trio had a great big. It was like an international, like kind of Kodiak. It's got like the semi front end
Mhm.
crew cab, and then it had a truck bed. And it was jacked up, big wheels and tires, big install, stuff like that. And that's really the only. And I don't even remember a different manufacturer being there. But I mean, that was as, I guess, wild as a show I've ever been to. Besides Slam, obviously, Slam's pretty big, and they do the bikini contest and all that stuff. So I mean, that I guess is what I'm used to. So
Yeah, I guarantee Hyphonics was there, and they were a big deal back then. Oh, Kenneth Trauber popping in. Somebody hammered drilling. Yes, you guys can hear that? I keep shutting it off. But can you guys hear that, Jeffrey?
I
Is that,
haven't heard it.
Yeah, not specifically. Has it been going on the whole time?
oh, yeah. Let's see. It says my headphones. So it should be muting it when I mute it. Anyway, I was going to ask you. So some people aren't keen on the way I MC the World Finals. It's loud AF, he says. um,
Oh, dang.
I, it's weird because I don't see it coming across on my feed at all. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
I don't hear anything.
what were your thoughts on the way I run the microphone and stuff? Some people find it distracting. Any thoughts, sir?
I mean, you're putting on a show. I mean, to be able, like, you might look at the TV and not really know what's going on. So you commentating it helps, I would say. I was so just caught up in, hey, when do I run? Where do I go? This, that I really didn't pay a whole lot of attention other than, did he just say my name? I gotta go. Watch out. So I mean, I don't think it's fine, or I think it's fine.
I think
Uh,
most competitors have that tunnel vision when they get to finals, you know. Stuff like that doesn't even bother me because you have to have like nerves of steel to even make it to world finals. And, you know, something like that, I don't think it bothers most people.
it's just different, right? Some people
Mhm.
complain that, damn, that is loud, huh?
Oh, I can't hear it.
Really? Anyway, yeah, somebody's roto hammering like right down the hall from you here. But
Oh, no.
dude, and people are used to, like, some people are focused on the, like, they use the computer to say ready set go, right? I disable that and I do the ready set
Yeah,
go. And truly I do it more because I'm trying to get people involved that are like maybe halfway paying attention and walking by. I'm trying to grab their attention, right? And I want to make the moment as interesting as possible. So, when you win your world championship, it's not just a quiet moment, right? I'm screaming on the mic, new world champion, and, stuff like that to try and get people to get part of the excitement that I mean, nobody has the excitement you have for winning, but, oh crap. Um, Nobody has that excitement, but I try to bring as much of that and get people to see your excitement, during the show, and that's the intention behind what I'm doing. Um, um, so, what got you into car audio? Was it an uncle, dad, brother, best friend from school, whatever? Hey, Joel, what's going on?
Um, Probably my stepsister actually. She used to have a square body Jeep that had two kicker 12s in it on a little Rockford Fosgate amp. And so every time I used to ride with her, because she was older than me, so when she used to take me somewhere, we listened to bass, and I'd be like, "Turn it up, let's hear it." And I ended up talking her into it. She sold me that system because she ended up wrecking her car,
oh,
and that system sat in her garage because she was an adult and had children at this point. And I was like, just sell it to me. You're not going to put it in anything. You got kids now. And that ended up being my first system. And then it just snowballed from there. I just started doing research online, different subs, better subs, how to do all that. I joined the Steve Mead forums because I seen him on YouTube, was big. So I joined that, and that's pretty much. I had my first setup installed at a professional, at a audio shop, and then from there on out, it was me doing it. It was, okay, I have 4 gauge, now I need to go to 0 gauge. Okay, this is happening. The forum says I need to do this, or I need to upgrade this, or I add this, and it just went from there. And I've been doing everything on my own ever since. So yeah,
What what was your name on the Steve Mead forum?
think it was pretty much what most of my handles are, which is just Brandon 15, and then there's three Z's at the end.
Well, I would have been scuba guy on that. I think I
and
was number 3 or number 5 on there.
What?
Okay.
So
And then
all
that's actually how I met a lot of my friends that do audio now. One of my friends, he doesn't do audio much anymore. He was I Hate Punk Rock on there. And I know he was, I mean, I think he was a pretty big poster in the rankings on there, pretty high up. But yeah, I mean, it was just that's where I learned basically everything at the beginning of it all. So
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff on there. Um, Nolte is really he's real knowledgeable and was helping out a lot of people.
the guy with
Um,
the purple beard,
yes.
yeah, yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
um,
Yeah, I
so
actually bought my first big boy sub off S&D. I bought a 12-inch Solo X off there. That was my first like real sub, I guess you would say, and I bought it off one of the for sale threads on there. So
Yeah, thank
um,
God for those forums.
yeah, the for sale parts of those forums were freaking awesome back in the days.
yeah,
Uh, Kenneth says he remembers Scuba Guy. That was also my forum name on the Term Pro forum back in the days. So, because I might do a little scuba diving, here and there. But no, that's cool. So what is the first build that made you just go, damn, that's what I want to do?
uh, I would say the first like big build that I ever seen that got me interested was probably 2011, which would have been Hank's 48 SA10s. It was probably either that or that was also when Blake had his Suburban with, I think it started as 915s and then at one point it had like 1215s in it. Probably Blake Hunt's or Hank's build from those, well, basically that show, because I know, I think that was the first show I heard Hank's truck at. And it was probably the first time I heard Blake's with that new build when he went to the 9 or the 12, whatever it was back then.
Uh,
So,
Ken that says his handle was Snoop Dan.
no, that's another guy. I guess it could have been Snoop Dan too. I didn't think
Oh,
about that.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, Snoop Dan. Now that I think about that, I probably did hear Snoop Dan's before, so that probably is
okay.
true. Actually, now that he's reminded me, Snoop had a red Grand Cherokee with two 18s with a massive box in it. And he loved playing like 28 hertz, I think was where his like song that he demoed most of the time.
And that
Um,
used to be low then. That was like
yeah,
super
yeah,
low back then.
yeah, yeah. So he was always at the local shows because he lives a little bit away from here, but like 45 minutes maybe. But yeah, he come out to shows, demo, do hair tricks. Yeah, so I guess that probably is true. That's probably one of the, I guess, smaller big builds at the time that got me into it, I guess.
All right, what was
But
your first demo?
oh, I couldn't even tell you. I don't even remember. I mean,
Really?
it probably would have been like the trio truck or something at that 2010 show.
Hmm.
Probably would have been something like that.
Do you remember your first demo, Jeffrey?
Like a big demo? I don't think so. I mean, like I think
Just a
I've
demo
gone
that made you go, "Wow, this is awesome."
I, I think sitting in some like the Burt cars back in the day, before like the full on music demos. I think it was like a couple of the Team XS SPL guys out here on the West Coast. And just sitting in their vehicles. I mean, nothing like music playing or hair tricking, just something loud. And it was probably like pretty high frequency, like 60 hertz probably. So
Oh, kind of what
ma-
the Big Okie used to
yeah,
do.
like a big Okie demo. So, but
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, to be honest, I don't remember my first demo. Like I said, I just remember walking out of the store and that song just hitting my chest from that truck that was parked right next to the front door, and I was hooked. Um, I saved up some money, bought me a pair of M&M Godfather 12s, saved up more money, bought some M&M Godfather 15s, saved up some more money, bought a Hyphonics amp, another Hyphonics amp, a Rockford Fosgates Punch 150, and just started building stuff. I don't know if I mentioned, but I think I did mention on here my brother-in-law is still running the Hyphonics Odin, which is a 150 watt Hyphonics amp that I bought in 1988 or 89. So I bought that thing
Mm.
brand new then. He bought it off me, and it's been running in his car since then. So,
That was probably for the subs, right?
yes, it was 150 watts for the subs.
You wouldn't even tickle the subs nowadays. The the big boy subs that people are using
Eh,
now with the 150 watts.
Yeah, and he's blown a few of the subs with it. you know.
Whoa.
So he buys like the 300 watt subs, and back then they would underrate amps quite considerably. So it was rated at 150, but it was probably producing like almost 400 watts at the time. So, so he's buying these 200 watt subs, putting them in a fourth order, which lowers the power handling of the sub, and then he's running full power to them and give them 6 months, and kaplowy, they gone. So, but it's all good. No, that's awesome. What are your plans in the future, Brandon?
Just to keep working at the car. Um, I
You guys
think
stay in
this
the
year,
class or?
yeah, I think I'm gonna stay in the class. My goal this year was a 57. I think I bought the car late October last year, and that was the goal. Like as soon as I got it, I was like, listen, a 57 ought to be doable. I get the car built, and then it's just gear and finding the right gear. Um,
Yeah.
I have a few different. I'm probably gonna try some different parts in these subs, just because it's a somewhat easy test. But I think the next big thing is I'm gonna go to 412s. And that's mostly because I do IASCA and I do base boxing too. So in the classes I run over there, I could run more cone. So then there'd be more motor, more coil, all that stuff, which theoretically should be a gain. So I'm gonna probably try 412s, but if it ends up not working out some for whatever reason, I mean I can go back to 215s and figure something out there. But other than that, it'll just be tweaking and testing and doing the small touch up things like smoothing the port, resin
Yep.
here, resin there on the inside the box, outside of the box, stuff like that. The car does need more deadener, probably in like the trunk. I don't have a whole lot. The doors are pretty much done, the floor's done, the roof's done. So I mean, really, probably the next part is the trunk, just because there's not that much in it. So
You said you like a little bit of shit talking on.
absolutely.
Did you catch Bo Boren and RP?
Oh, I mean, they're always going at it.
But did you see
But
their recent one? Well, I mean, it's recent to me. Like I said, I don't go on Facebook often, but did you see their most recent one?
is it about the Terra?
It was about Bo was gonna retire this year, but he went and talked to Nick, and since they want
Right.
to keep running their mouth, he's coming back out and calling RP out to come on and play in Super Street 5 Plus.
Is it? I
Uh,
think it is with the Terra, right?
He said,
I
Yeah.
"Bring
think,
the Terra, whatever you got."
yeah. I mean, I think Charles is building a Terra for that class now,
Hmm.
which is essentially Team Soundcheck, I believe.
Yeah.
So and I know Charles will put the work in on it, to get it what it needs to be. So I mean, it'll probably be a good run, but we can't ever count J. Co out either. I mean, he never
Oh,
stopped working on his either. So I think it'll probably end up being one of the biggest years for all of them,
Hmm.
if they all do it, because they're all going to be pushing each other to just raise the bar that much further. So I think it'll be a good year if it all works out where all three of them are in lanes against each other.
yeah, I mean, it'd be awesome to see 3 5 plus vehicles within a dB of each other
Yeah. I
because
mean, who knows? It could be more. Could be
yep.
more.
Oh yeah, Miguel says it could be a 3-way dance.
It
Yeah.
could be.
Yep. I mean, what Jay won it 3 years in a row, I think, and just edged out Bo. So Bo was he was gunning for it this year, and
Yeah.
I mean, kudos to him. He did a great job, right? The loudest, Nick says FRP. Um, kudos to Nick. Or sorry, not Nick. To Bo, he loudest Super Street score ever recorded. So I mean, that's not a
Plus,
small feat.
what was it, 2 years ago in Owensboro when he ran the death match with it?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, and he won deathmatch. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he's putting up loud numbers like that, and he's running death match. I mean, that's a lot of, I guess, stress on gear in general, on everything. So I mean, it's obviously a super solid build.
yeah, and he's got a great support. With the Incriminator guys, really stand behind him, and that whole group of guys though is just, I mean, they're amazing in their support for each other. Two of them didn't even compete this year, but were at World Finals.
Yeah.
You know, and so like I said, that was a great group of guys. They did an awful job. Joel, I am going to be in Reno this weekend. I may even stop by your show. Just saying, if I could figure out a ride in town, I may be there. I got to fly out there for a funeral, so might as well go to a show while I'm in Reno, right? Um, anyway, no, it's awesome. So, do you have a wife or a girlfriend or anything?
Yeah. I got a wife and 2 kids.
Wife and
Um,
two
I'm a,
kids.
I'm
That's
actually a
awesome.
stay-at-home dad. Um,
Awesome.
Oh,
so
yeah.
everybody thinks that I have tons of time to just work on my build when realistically, I get about 2 hours while they're down for nap midday. And then that's like when I deaden, it's normally from 9 p.m. when they go to bed till probably 2 to 3 in the morning.
Wow.
Because I mean, I live in a neighborhood and I try not to piss my neighbors off. Um, Finals week, I did tell most of my neighbors. One of them was luckily on vacation, but I did tell the ones that were closest to me. I said, "Hey, it's finals week. You're gonna hear some 5K hits." So they were like, "That's fine. Like, it don't bother me. Our bedroom's on the other side of the house. We won't hear it." I'm like, "All right,
Yes, you
well,
will.
yeah." I'm like, "If it's a problem, just come tell me. Don't like call the cops on me."
But
Um,
you have like a garage, right, where you
yeah,
do that
yeah, I
pretty
have a
much.
garage, and
Okay.
I mean, it's an attached garage, but like our garage door is insulated. So for the most part,
Hmm.
with it being sealed, I'm sure helps quite a
Yeah.
lot.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I did some 5K hits, and I come in the house, "Hey, was that loud in here?" And she's like, "I mean, it is, but it's not like you're gonna stop if I say, yeah, it's loud in here." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"All right, I just got a couple more." Um, so yeah,
And you let the subs cool down, so
yeah.
you're it's probably like, what, maybe 5-10 minutes between burps. So
Yeah,
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 he,
and
he's
and
not doing
and
death match practices in there.
no, no, because that's like my Silverado. Is built for park and pound, so it was doors open,
Whoa.
10K class, 815s, and it would do like 38 fives outside the truck, 6 foot. So that, no, I would not be able to test that here because I'd get kicked out of industrial parks when I would test that sometimes. um,
Wow.
People would call the cops, and I'm like, "Dude, it's an industrial park. Like, where am I supposed to test? Like, I try not to
Mm.
piss people off." And they'd be like, cops would be like, "Well, I don't know, just try to turn it down." I'm like, "Dude, I'm done. I can't turn it down, man. Like, I'm testing." So no, the seal being sealed probably helps a lot. So
Hmm.
Mhm.
I don't know.
So one thing we do talk about on this podcast, I don't know if you've seen it or been part, on the side of it or anything, but we do like to talk about how, we can't do this stuff alone. Whether we have a team, we have a spouse, we have a girlfriend, whatever, our family is a huge part of us
Yeah.
being able to do this. I mean, speak to what your wife's like, how she's been supporting you and whatnot with this.
Oh yeah. So she doesn't like to brag, but I'll brag for her. So she's a pharmacist. She actually works at Chewy.com. So if you order pet meds or see the blue boxes, um, she's probably done something with it. Um, but I mean, really, she just, she'll bitch and gripe at me like I'll tell her I'm done this year. After this year, I'm done. I'm done, and she knows I'm lying. And then normally the beginning of every season starts with, oh, I don't need anything. I have amps, I have batteries, I have subs. I don't need anything. And the new season normally starts with, hey, I want this vehicle to run this year. Hey, I want this vehicle. One year I said, hey, I need an S10 because, I need an S10. Which it was louder than my Silverado, with about half the gear. And she hates it. I have 7 cars, and all of them are pretty much audio related reasons why I own them. So she hates that, and she always tells me I need to get rid of a car before I get a different one, and I say, okay, I'll do that, and then I never do. She hates that I have them on insurance and stuff like that when I have to, have them insured. But yeah, I mean, she always makes sure, like, if I'm like, hey, I need retones, or hey, I want this, or I want that, she's always like, all right, just do it. That's it. I do actually, Kenneth in here. I normally help him with his business every once in a while. Not here lately, which he's mad about, just because our schedules don't work out when he needs my help. But I help him on the side a little bit. I build boxes for a few people here and there, so that brings in a little money. I would say I'm somewhat smart when it comes to buying and selling and trading and
Mm.
stuff of that nature. I try to fund a lot of my stuff without having to ask her, but I mean, she does make sure I can get to a show, compete, finals, all that. So she does a lot. And I always tell the kids, I'm going to a car show. I'm going to try to win a big trophy. And they're like, all right, you win a big trophy, Dad. So I'm probably gonna try to get them into the sport.
Yeah.
Power
I
wheels,
have
baby.
I have some power wheels, and I have plenty of extra gear laying around. So this may be the year
Oh,
that I
oh,
finally
hold on, wait.
build them.
You just said you sell gear to buy gear, but you have plenty laying around?
I so this is one thing that Kenneth will probably chime in here about. If I can't get what I want for it, I'll let it rust, rot, or deteriorate before I sell it for what below what I want.
Mhm.
So yes, I have a lot of gear sitting around. So yeah. So I'll throw something in the Power Wheels for them. They both love, like this year when I did base boxing, how I had my little speaker pod that I would set outside the car.
Oh, yeah.
Well, sometimes when I would test, it would be, Dad, turn on, Disney. So then I'm playing Disney through it just to make sure the speakers are all playing right, and they're dancing. So I think they'll like the Power Wheels, but we'll see.
Kenneth said you were building one 10 years before you even had kids.
I did acquire a Power Wheels a long time before I had kids. I did do that. I bought one. It was probably literally like 6 to 10 years before I had my daughter, and I just bought one, and I was like kind of embarrassed that I was building it, so I went to buy it from the guy, and I was like, oh, my uncle ran over his daughters, so he doesn't use Facebook much, so he had me find one for him to replace it. And yeah, and then I ended up giving it away to a teammate who had a kid at the time. And I was like, here, I don't have any room for this thing. If you think you'll use it for your daughter and put speakers in it, here you go. So I gave it away. But now I have more, and now I'll just have to build one for them.
Let's see. Jonathan Bell says, Brandon, tell everybody why your nickname is Chocolate Milk.
Chocolate.
They call me Chalky Milk because one time we went out to eat for breakfast, and the waiter's like, what do you want? And I was like, I'll take some chalky milk, chocolate milk. And they just all were
You've
like,
been
you're a
around your
child.
kids too much at that
No,
point.
this was before I had kids at this point. Yeah, this
Oh,
was before I had kids. And actually, my daughter and son really don't like chocolate milk. They'll drink plain milk. Or if I do make chocolate milk, it's like cut in half because they don't care for it. So, yeah, they just act like I'm a child. They're like, really? You're getting chocolate milk? Are you 12? Are you 2? And I'm like, yeah, I like chocolate milk, man. So,
let's see here. Yeah, so someone say Tara from Charles Jr. Um, yeah, I was going to also ask you. So, the if you do know, I mean, Power Wheels, we do like an exhibition of Power Wheels at DB Drag. So if you
Right.
do have one, even though they may not be competing in it with it at a DB Drag show, we almost always allow like an exhibition for Power Wheels. Just there's not enough interest to make it a continuous
Dedicated class,
class. Yeah.
which makes sense. Like I said, FCBC that I do, it's a music, I guess, music organization. They don't do burps at all. This year, I think they said, well, they had one kid that competed in it this year, and they're because they have a kids division. And you pay like a $5 entry fee, but it basically goes into a pot at the end of the year. The kid gets it all back. So
Hmm.
that's pretty cool. But they said, I think like a few years back, they had 9 kids, so they had 9 different Power Wheels that ran. And I mean, I don't know. I just feel like if they like the music, they like when I play my music. So I figured maybe I'll build it for them, and they'll enjoy going to shows with me. Um, they don't normally go to a show with me, just because I mean, now that I trailer the Civic and stuff, it's just a whole lot to like, hey, watch out, make sure they're not on the
Yeah.
trailer running around,
Um,
all that.
Yeah.
And then they get into everything. So
how
it's
old?
just,
How old are they?
my daughter's 4 and my son's like 2.5. So, and
uh,
my 2.5-year-old is the bad one,
it's
basically.
the
Oh,
terrible twos, right?
Yeah, pretty
yeah.
Um,
much.
Tyler says, Tara, is that a Power Wheels vehicle? Puking face. Joel said currently in California, there's 4 active Power Wheels competitors in California. So that's pretty solid.
Yep.
David Graham says scrapyard cars coming in hot this year. So, but no, that's like I said, and being a stay-at-home dad and whatnot, I'm sure the support of your wife and your kids is crucial to giving you the opportunity to do this, and at least the opportunity to go, like you said, world finals and win a ring. So, did you
Yeah.
get her a ring that says "Wife of the Champion" like Gary did for his wife, or?
No, no, I did not. I have quite a few rings, and to be honest, she doesn't really care about my trophies because she's like, they're just in the way. But she's never going to tell me to get rid of them or anything like that. So,
All
Plus, I
right.
mean, how much room does a ring take up anyhow?
oh, a
It's
ring? Yeah. Well, my rings are technically in my safe.
there you
All my
go.
rings are in my safe, but like my trophies, I have trophies in my shed. Like I still have trophies from 2011 when I competed,
Dang.
and we used to run fuses. So I would literally take the fuse that I used at that show if I blew it, and I would tape it to that trophy.
Hmm.
Now they're probably just all in the bottom of the box of the trophies, but I mean, I personally like I don't care about getting trophies necessarily, but like if you're gonna offer me a trophy, I'm gonna take it. Like and I mean I don't really care if it's a piece of paper that says you won
Uh-huh.
or a medal
Yeah.
or a big trophy. Like it's whatever.
Uh,
Obviously
Calvin
bragging rights mean more.
Calvin says you should bring your wife around more often.
I so in FCBC, I've tried. I'm like, hey, we have enough gear. I could probably put you in a class.
Oh, there you
They're
go.
generally closer than like DB drag shows are right now. And like their finals is always an hour away. They're in E Town or right around E Town. And so I'm like, hey, I have enough gear. Why don't we just throw it in there? And she's kind of like doesn't want to open that rabbit hole because she knows it'll be okay. Well, I need this for your truck, or I need this for your car now, not just my car to focus on. So I think that's probably why she won't do it because I've tried for a couple years. Why don't you come and run this vehicle? And she's like,
Yeah.
nope, nope, that's your thing. I'm not, nope. So
Uh,
Maybe you could throw like a base race type vehicle in your tow rig, and when you guys go out to a show, have her, hey, run the truck and do base race. It's fun. It's like playing a
yeah,
video game.
yeah. I mean, the tow rig is technically her car.
Oh, there you go.
Since I don't drive anywhere and it's bigger, it's a forerunner. When she actually graduated and got her first big girl job, She went and bought a 2024 runner, but now that she drives to work, she actually drives my Charger, because it gets like 11 miles per gallon more than her Forerunner. And then we just leave the car seats in the Forerunner. And normally we drive it if we go somewhere as a family, like on vacation, we use it. But normally, if it's, hey, I'm running to Menards and I have the kids, like it's just easier to throw them in there and get their car
Mm.
seats in there and everything. But yeah, she would probably be okay with that, but she would think that I would want to put the car at the same level as my Civic, where it's like, hey, we need to put deadener in it and do pour
Whoa.
foam and cut this up and all this. So she's a little more hesitant about me putting stuff in it.
Kenneth says you need help. You should be on the show Hoarders. Jonathan Bell says, Brandon, your favorite friend, my daughter, she said she wants her Honda back.
You could probably, so this is where me and Jonathan, he'll understand it's a joke, but you all could advertise on his daughter's forehead because me and her always go back and forth at shows.
She's got a five head.
Yeah,
Oh
so that
no.
that's how I get on her, and then she gets back at me, and Jonathan knows it's all jokes, so he doesn't get mad about it. But yeah, his I actually, it was DB Drag Finals last year, or yeah, it was last year when it was in Russellville. She said I was blocking the screen and she couldn't see, and I turned around and I said, "Oh, you're calling me fat," and she said, "Oh, well, I'm saying you're wide," and I was like, "That's the same as calling me fat," and so the group of people I was like talking to walked away, so I like kind of walked away, and I got out of her way and I was just standing there watching the screens, and she said I looked sad. Well, then shortly after that, we left, and Jonathan called me and was like, "Bro, my daughter's crying," and I was like, "Why is
What?
she crying?" She thought like when I walked away and was by myself, I was truly upset that like I thought that she called me fat, and I was like, "Bro, I've been called fat my whole life. Like her telling me that isn't gonna make me cry or make me upset." And I was like, she really didn't call me fat. And yeah, so she was truly crying, and I had to tell her that it was okay, that I wasn't upset about it. But yeah, I mean, she starts with me as soon as we see her at a show. She's right on me, or I'm on her, like just back and forth joking and messing with each other the whole time, which that's normally what I do with anybody. Um, so yeah, and that's part of my I like talking shit. So
Yeah. Wally said he was trying to base race with 129 with it just using his door speakers, and he did just fine. That even made
Oh,
it
there
more
you go.
fun. Tyler Archer says, Jeff, you had me at toe rig and base race.
oh gosh,
No,
I mean, the car is already going to be there, and
right,
there's a system. There's a system in it. It's base race. You don't need the tons of deadener. You don't need the
yeah,
10,000 watt amp.
yeah.
That's just a suggestion.
Man, I've thought about base race, but gosh, I see like people like Caudell who just sit
Oh
there
yeah.
and they can just do it and make it look effortless, and I'm
it
like,
is
I
effortless.
have
Haven't you seen me do it?
no, I don't even watch base race because I'm like, no, that just looks too difficult because I would be used to like because originally when I thought of base race, I was like, oh, you just turn it up to like 129.9 and let it sit there. And they're like, no, it calculates like you have to build it up. There's like
Mm,
a calculation. And I was
Yep.
like, yeah, I ain't got the
average.
patience for that. Yeah, so that was one reason I never tried base race.
We always like to say base race and top dog are the most fun you'll ever have in a stereo competition. And the great thing about it is the cost, the dollar value to entry is
Yeah.
really low.
I did like watching Top Dog, I guess the last year in Owensboro when I think it was Jimbo,
Hmm.
the Blazer, the like gold Blazer or whatever, old school. I did like watching that.
GMC Jimmy.
Yeah, fighting back and forth for the points. That was fun. So
um, let's see. What did Tyler say here? Oh, Dave says he loves the new hoodie. Tyler, way to lean. Just walked into the 49, set my deck down on the ground and watched. That's what Tyler did. See, he said it's easy. Just set your deck down and set it on the ground and watch it. Don't know how many times I've gone like that. Sam Dunn says base race is a blast. So, and Charles says I have enough problems running a clamp class. Base race seems so much harder. So,
It just takes a little bit of practice. That's all. People test their burnt vehicles hours on end. Same thing with base race. It's something that I guess, not naturally good at, but some people are. But yeah, it takes a lot of practice for sure.
Yeah.
all right, hey Jeffrey, we're running up on the end of our time here today.
Oh, okay.
So, if you want to, let's see here, 2019 World Finals in Top Dog was fun and exciting. Finished second to Michael.
2019. Where was that? Was that
It was
multi-venue?
multi-venue.
Yeah, it was. Right.
So, but anyway, you want to hit him with the question?
Sure, sure. Okay, Brandon, there's a question that we ask all of our guests. There's no right or wrong answer, just kind of your own opinion. But basically, we would like to know, what is your definition of a bass head?
I guess anybody who just, well, I would say music, but I guess technically, I feel like a bass head would be somebody who likes more of a, I guess, bass oriented build or a louder, bass heavier build, I guess you would say. Yeah, I mean, I guess just somebody who enjoys music and loves the like sound of music, pushing the system to its limits, I guess, and just trying to make everything as best as possible.
Very
All
cool.
right. Yeah, there
Hey,
you go.
so who is there anybody you'd like to thank? A sponsor? Obviously your wife.
Yeah.
Who would you like to give a shout out to here?
Oh, is this my Emmys? Do I got 30
Yes,
seconds before I
this
start
your
getting my?
Emmys.
I'd like to thank the Academy. Yes,
Cue
my
the
wife.
music.
Yeah, my wife for sure. Kenneth's a big help. He normally makes sure I build my subs, or he builds my subs normally. The speakers that are in my car are actually his tops bolted onto my motors. Chris Crane with House of Power has probably been my biggest help this season. Chris always made sure if I needed something done to the car, he was always, here's my schedule. If you get it up here, we'll get it done. Um, I mean, he helped a lot. He would get Deadner from RP if I needed it. Hey, I'm going up there. I can grab yours. I mean, he was a huge help, and I can't thank him enough for how much. And he sold me the car, which also made all of this possible. But yeah, Chris with House of Power, anything CNC, hit him up. He'll get you taken care of. He is very busy. He's very busy. His job is busy, especially when it's storms coming through. So he'll get back to you. RP, Hank, Sam, the whole sound check crew. Anytime I had a question that I thought was probably stupid, they might yell at me for asking a stupid question, but they always answered. They always pushed me. Bradley Samuels, actually, with Star Sound, he was a big help at finals. He also pushed me to test things I wouldn't have tested at finals, which I think probably Mike Jones for being able to compete against. He also pushed me very hard because I normally Mike tells me his scores all year because we're never, and this year was pretty much radio silence other than, are you
Oh,
working? What are you doing? Hey, I'm doing this. It was never about scores. Um, but so me not knowing his score pushed me to keep working because I didn't know where I was or where he was. And Chris also got a good laugh about that because Chris helped both of us this year. So he knew what scores both of us were doing, but he wouldn't tell me Mike's, and Mike wouldn't, vice versa.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, just all of them, all of them helped me
Mhm.
a lot this year.
The
So,
the
oh,
s-
and Matt Holleran, and Chris Caudell with the Civics. Anytime I had a Civic question, hey, what about this in a Civic? They also helped substantially to get me, I guess, the jump where I was. So,
yeah, the Sam Dunn there that set me up in the base race top dog for failure. He says it's $100 roll of HVAC duct tape too. You got to thank
he
that.
he told me on Sunday after I did my first run to eliminate the guy in Canada or whatever. He was like, "I'm getting in there and HVAC taping your port," and I'm like, "No, no, I'm not doing it." Like, Crane had a Civic that they HVAC taped, I guess their BAP port, and during their one of their finals, and it blew the tape into the port and blocked the port and
Oh
almost cost
no.
them. So I was super hesitant about taping my port for that reason. And Sam was basically like Sunday after that run, he was like, "I'm getting in your car to do it," and I was like, "No, no, I'll do it." And I have some very expensive HVAC tape that I used to acquire from work in one form or fashion, and I got in there and I taped it, and I do think that was a big gain. So that was him on Sunday, basically pushing me. Uh, so yeah,
Yep. Mr. Bo Bourne right there. We already talked about him, but yeah, he popped himself in the chat there. Says hashtag ain't loud.
Ain't loud.
Yeah. But all right, Jeffrey, what do you got to say?
Um, as far as like stuff going on,
Yeah.
oh, okay. So yeah, the show I'm doing, I mentioned it early on. For those listeners who's just tuning in, I got a show going on in SoCal. First one of the season. It's going to be in Bloomington, or otherwise known as Boomington. It's the return of the Bloomington shows. First up is going to be Base Giving in Bloomington. It's going to be dual org. Again, our friend Richard from Base Wars is going to be running his event there, as well as DB Drag. It's on the calendar. Full details, check it out on dbdragracing.com.
And for me, I may show up at that show in Reno this weekend. So,
You know, it's funny you say that because I think Joel's second show is going to be at I think the tire shop and
yeah.
out of Dixon, and I'm going to actually be in that area
Oh,
for
really?
his second show. I might just pop in that on his show too. That's just it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
anyway, yeah, so I'll be in Reno, so I may show up there. Hold on a second, let me cough again. I'm in a dusty area, so construction site. You guys can't see it right now, but anyway, no, that's awesome. I really appreciate Brandon. Thank you for coming on.
thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
It's awesome to hear. You know, we're not around you all the time, and so it's cool to hear your story of all these people helping you and how
Oh
it all
yeah.
comes together for each individual. Between you having to, hey honey, I swear this is it. You know, we've all had that talk with our wives.
Yeah, she
It's
knows better.
definitely something everybody can relate to. Um, you know, and as you get your kids involved, I mean, at World Finals in California, we had Ricky running Super Street No Wall. Um, dude, that guy's been coming to shows since he was like 5 years old. I've known him at least that long, and
Yeah,
he's
Yeah.
he was running around shows when he was like 5, and now he's a
Yeah.
two-time world champion in Super Street No Wall. Um,
Yeah. So that was
so
second generation, right? So his
yeah,
dad was a compete. Yeah.
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 So I
You
don't,
never know. You never know.
yeah, I don't know that his dad ever won a championship,
Yeah.
but Ricky definitely has. So that's cool, and it's the memories we create with our family and friends that they really last lifetime.
Oh yeah.
Jonathan once again with the hell yeah, Mr. Chocolate Milk. Bo Born says Child Jr. Could be fun for sure. Um, I'm still trying to get Bo, since you're listening. Let's see if we can get you on sooner than later. Let's try and schedule a time. I know it's difficult with your work, but let's try and schedule a time that you can come on the show and talk about, because Bo's one of those guys that's just been competing forever, have been part of so many world finals that he would have stories that a lot of people would just interest people. So, there's Rick Garcia. Nope, he never did. Ricky competed in his first in 2007. So young Ricky.
Ah.
Yep. So there you go. So there's father right there talking, and I guarantee you, as much as you enjoy competing, and as much as you love winning your championships and all that, I promise you, if one of your kids were to come in and win a world championship, that would mean more to you than all your championships combined that you ever won.
Yep.
The way that works out is just it's an opportunity, as they say in the at the psychotherapist like level. It's a chance for immortality, that you continue on with what you enjoy through your children. So, I hope that for you with all my heart. Anyway, with that being said, Jeffrey's got to go hang out with his granddaughter.
Granddaughter, you're that old? How old are you?
I don't really answer that question, but
he plays between 22 and 35.
It's my first grandchild, so just
Yes.
I'm not that old.
No, he plays 22 to 35 on TV.
TV.
So is that what you put for your bio, Jeffrey?
Nowadays, yeah, but back then it used to be it used to be called 18 and look younger. So, they were looking for people that are older than 18 to play the high school kids, because the minors that were actually 18 and under couldn't be on set for, a certain amount of time. They had to go to school and all that stuff. But yeah.
They had to get fake alcohol instead of being able to give you real alcohol.
Yeah.
Sure, that's what it was. No. I'll have to ask my sister about that. Jonathan says he's 38 with his first grandchild. Hey.
Oh, there you go.
I tell this story all the time outside of DV Drag, but my grandmother was a great grandmother before she was 40.
Whoa.
She had her first kid at 12. They had their first kid at 12. And they had their first kid at 13. That's not a lot of digits. So, anyway, that's because we're pure white trash from my family. So we grew up in the largest trailer park in the world. Thank you very much. So, but anyway, awesome to talk to you. Awesome for everybody tuning in. We really appreciate it. We're going to continue with champions again next week. We got a couple of them set up. Trying to get Bo Boren on. He's he's trying to work through some stuff with work, and if he gets some opportunity, we'll get him on here too. But we've had Julio, we had Brandon on here. We're working on Miguel. I think is next week. So yeah, and it's his first ever championship, so that'll be cool. And really working to try and get. What's that young man's name that got his top dog, that we had him on the show
Winston.
right before? Winston, yes.
Winston.
Yep. Can't wait to get Winston on here. And, the joy that I have as a judge is seeing people win their championships. That is, Jeffrey can attest to it now, being the head judge a couple of times. When somebody wins their championship at your venue, it's an awesome feeling to share with them. So, but anyway, hey, thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next week, 6:30 California time. The only time that matters. Next Thursday again. Next Thursday. Peace. We out.